Well, hello there and good morning to you all. So, this will now be my review for Bleach 583, entitled The Airless Star 2. so, mm, about this chapter, I like the chapter, I must say, um, because in last week chapter, I do question myself about how the battle between Ishigo and these four girls are going to progress. And we do see that when the four combined in a way um, their powers, we see a image of the town, and then we see the town basically leveled. So the four sacred arrows uh, have quite destructive power behind them, but um, Ishigo is unscattered by that. So this simply serves to show us the colossal difference between the powers of these girls and the powers of Ishigo. Nonetheless, after they are repelled, um, it appears to me that they kind of fall one over each other, and basically Candice was the last one that take the most severe impact, because kind of the other girls kind of used her as kind of a shield to have minor damages. So that's interesting because we do see in this chapter that even if these four girls, we learn two things about these girls. One, they are together, okay, but none of them apparently gets along with each other. In a way, this is kind of similar to the situation with Bambietta and these girls. So basically, none of these girls is kind of a friend of each other. They simply work together in group, but they are not quite fond of each other. We learn this. The second is that we learn that apparently they don't give a crap, literally, about what Yawak sings or orders. So this is interesting, because it kind of show us that probably among the stern readers there are a lot of them that basically probably work under Yahweh, but because not they are fanatic or loyal to the extreme, like for instance probably Ashford, uh, but they work with him because of their own agendas or their own objectives or something like that. So that's is interesting, is an interesting development that we kind of already have a hint about that a good a couple of chapters ago, long ago, right before Uryu becomes the successor of Yawek, we did see that clash in a way between Ashvold and Basby, uh, because Basby did not agree with the succession being passed to Uryu and such. So since that time, we already see that there are different motives for the Stern Readers to work under Jua. In the lists, some of them. So that's interesting. That was an interesting development and kind of in a way gives some more insight about the minds of the Stern Readers in a way. So I enjoyed that. Regarding the battle, well, we see there are also two things that I do want to discuss in the part of Ichigo. That the first one is that, well, I was not surprised when Candice launched at attack Ishigo alone, because it was since the previous chapter and even the other before, Kubo kinda show us in a way small aspects of Stern Ritter T Candy's personality, and basically she has a very hot-blooded. She is a very hot-blooded person. So usually these kind of characters are the first. Usually, I think I might be mistaken, but I do remember other series or even animes, and usually personalities that are hot-blooded characters but are not the main character. Basically, this is kind of the activation of the so-called death flag of the character. So that did not surprise me. Surprised me in the way that the other three are in fact quite calm and trying to analyze the situation and calculating their moves. So the other three are interesting in their own way, but Candice is basically a hot-blooded character, and usually when these kind of characters appears on the side of the, let's say, bad guys, usually they are dead. Sooner or later they die. So and then we go to the battle, like I was saying, and we see Ishigo using Agetsuga Tensho to basically fend off the attack of Candice that activates her fall standing. And it's interesting because he uses the Quincy Blade, the Quincy Zangetsu, to do that. And that packs quite a lot of punch in a way, or of energy, but we don't see all that great concentration of energy that was kind of the trademark of Ishigo so far. So this kind of also implies the better control that he now possesses about his own powers, and the control that most likely he possesses over his own Reiatsu. So this is interesting. Then we the battle continues. Candice strikes several attacks on Ishigo. Then she kinda goes sword by sword. Even if I'm kinda dubious in considering the two, let's say, lightning blades that she created in the shape of a lightning. So, but apparently those are kind of swords, and Ishigo kind of defends and kind of says that he is happy to see that her is also a dual wielding, but she says that she is sextuplet wielder, or meaning that she has six blades at the same time. I guess she has two on her hands and the other four kinda are attached to her standing form, I guess. And she kinda tries to blast Ishigo away, she fails, and then she kinda summons a huge uh, piler of electricity that she launches onto Ichigo. And at the same time, we see him again kind of doing that move with the small blade in front of him, and then he kind of uses the other blade, the longer one, and basically he makes dual Getsuga Tensho, and it's quite interesting because apparently this attack breaks the defense of Candice, and we see at the end of the chapter a huge explosion in the shape of a cross. So I don't know if Candice is dead. I will say that I will not be too much disappointed if she dies in this attack, but we will have to see what's going on, because it's in the list since this chapter is kind of clear that probably Ishigo will fight the four girls, and basically those four, like I did say when Ishigo appeared, will be used to show us how strong Ichigo has become. At this point, I honestly, from what we have seen so far, and in this battle with Candice, Ishigo did not break a sweat, so I kinda doubt that we will see some attack more complex than the ones that he is doing to Candice, unless one of the other girls is powerful enough to force him to use other techniques, and I do hope that in the list Sternly P can do it. I don't know if we will see a lot of techniques with Ishigo, but I'm not uh, surprised if Ishigo does not have much techniques, because since the start he was not a person that lends or that leans his power or connects his power with sword techniques, but with raw power, in a way kind of similar to Kenpachi, but with some technique. So we will have to see what's going on and if Candice is dead or not, and how the battle with the other three girls, or four, if Candice is alive, will follows on the next chapter. So, on the overall, this was an interesting chapter with a lot of information, and some we need to read under the small lines in a way to understand the concept and the context of this. So, but it was quite interesting, and I do enjoy it because it kind of bring story progression uh, in several ways. So I was happy by that. So this is it. This is my review for Bleach 583. So I hope you enjoy. Stay well, peace, and see you soon.